So we have one more question. We'll go to that. We have Dr. Naresh. His query is, what is your suggestion to the academic people or academia people who are interested in product-based research but not finding industry-level infrastructure or funding for progress? I think it comes back to the same point. What you mentioned earlier.
Actually, Dr. Naresh, I also faced the same problem when I was a PhD student. So I was actually measuring greenhouse gas emissions at that time, and I wanted to build something that would measure emissions in the industry. But there were two problems. One was approaching an industry to measure something is not that easy. Means you can just approach an industry and they will allow you to measure in their particular campus that you come and measure. It doesn't happen that straightforwardly. Okay. The second thing is again the funding. Okay. So means without funding, of course, I would say means there's no process to do it. Because any research that you carry out, whether it's just only academic or an industry academic collaboration, funding is an essential part, regardless of whoever provides that. Okay, so government might provide that in case of a collaborative project, or it could be that the industry itself invests a certain amount because it is interested in that technology, commercializing that technology. So without funding, of course, research can't happen. That's what I feel. So in any way, you have to look for funding, and you have to look for certain grants or certain pathways which actually can give you a pathway to means building something which is more real life, or a product that can be actually deployed in industrial environments. Okay. So again, that same advice I would also, or same opinion I would give you is, please see people who are working in your domain in the industry, start collaborating with them or building a network with them. And over several such network connections that you build, of course, one or two should pop up and should work out. That's what I think.
Yeah, true. Actually, so one of the things even we try to do is when we talk about industry academia collaboration, one of the first things we try to do is actually to get the academicians come and deliver a session to our people. We try to do something similar for their people. So this is a very interesting way to initiate this conversation where we get to know each other's strengths and expectations.
So the more we interact, the more we'll get to know the other side. That's the only key.
Yeah. So actually, even the FDP is exactly aimed at that. Yeah. This is something that this is our olive branch.
Yes. This is our bridge to the academia.
Yeah, exactly.
Connect and find out ways to collaborate.
Yeah. Okay. So we have one other question. Can you let us know a few funding options? So one of the things I think you already mentioned, the Imprint program.
Yeah, the Imprint program is a very good program. Others you can search on the DST website. Like currently they're not coming to my mind actually, but on the DST website you can get a whole lot of call for fundings. Okay, some are also some bilateral fundings, like India, Spain call for this, India, Germany call for that.
Yes,
because you will find a lot of these calls that are listed there. Okay, and typically they have to have a partner on that side and a partner on this side if you want to go for international such collaboration. But there are such call for fundings also, like the Imprint, that actually address industry academia collaboration typically. Okay, and if your proposal is strong enough and it talks about one of the technology areas that are listed in that call for funding, it typically goes through. Okay. So I think you could.
It will have its own screening process, its own scrutiny, but that's I think expected when securing funding. Okay. So yes, I think that's all. If there are any questions, we'll still follow up in a couple of minutes. But thank you very much.
Yes,
thanks for your time. It was a very insightful session. Yeah, so we have one more question. What is the possibility of academic research to join industrial research after a decade of academic experience? Again, I will throw that to your expertise.
Okay, so yeah, means you can, of course, in principle, you can join at any time. You can join after 2 years, you can join after 5 years, you can join after 10 years. But again, that inclination, if you have, it always would be helpful. Okay, and if you have some idea of what needs to be built here, what are the challenges, what we face here about the real world, that is what we look for. Of course, the background that we have is always helpful. Okay, all of us, we have a certain background that always helps us in our future work. But the main thing is your passion about working in this field, or your acquaintance with the requirements of this field, what actually we need, what are the challenges we face, can you address those challenges in a very time-bound manner? Okay, these are the various things that we actually look at. while screening candidates basically for joining us.
Yeah, and it's true actually.
Yeah.
So it's not like industry is looking for engineers and engineers alone. Okay, eventually what happens, and this is my perspective, you may correct me on this, is that any technology will eventually hit a ceiling.
Yes.
Okay, with respect to, so there you have to invest in research
Yes,
to actually break through that.
Yes.
Okay, so industry is actually open to getting research done, which will then subsequently benefit their domain. Okay, but as long as you are clear about what value is being added to the portfolio, yeah. So that needs to be a clarity that needs to come in from the beginning, and I think that's what you mentioned when you say passion for this intervention.
And as you mentioned, like this is a very dynamic field that we are working in. So things are changing every few years. What was relevant even 10 years back may not be relevant now. The Central Pollution Control Board may roll out a new set of norms 2 years later. So you have to work according to that, according to those new norms, or your competitors put out something else in the market, your requirements change. Okay, so it's a very dynamic situation that we work in. It's not that it's a very well-defined thing. There are dynamic changes happening, and you have to adapt as a researcher to those changes also. So that's the joy of working in this kind of environment also in a particular way.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Yes. Yes, thank you again.
Yes,
thank you, Anirban,
thanks
for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope it was an interesting session for all the participants as well. As always, if you have any queries, you can write to us on our email, fmthermodynamics@forbesmarshall.com. If there are any specific queries you want us to direct to Dr. Anirban, please write to us as well. We'll share those details with him. And thank you very much for joining us.